forgot to turn down my own volume.
Hello.
Oh. So we have some friends with us today.
Hello.
We have our friend Estella,
friend.
whose name has come up in our
Hi.
stream before. So we're very
Are you
happy
guys
to
talking about me?
have them.
Oh yeah.
You were listening there when we were.
Ears are on
So
fire.
not, yes, we were, but you're well aware we were. And then our friend Charlie is also joining us today.
Hi, Charlie.
If I recall, this is
Hey,
Charlie's first
Welcome,
time in
Charlie.
VR chat.
Sure is.
Woot!
Yay,
Welcome to the
amazing.
club.
Yay.
Woot. Thanks, y'all. I feel so cool.
And today, Dylan, can you describe what we're doing? Or Dylan or Scout or Kevin, can you describe the virtual market that we're going to today?
So the type of virtual market that this one is a comic virtual market. We may have
That's
a
awesome.
chance. Yeah, we may have a chance to go to the music one, but we might
That's
just go to the comic one today. And it's a doujinshi, which means self-published comics. So this is a thing that already exists. It's a whole community of self-publishing comic books. It's a virtual market that already exists, but people have set up booths inside of VR chat, and we can go and check them out. And I guess I'm really interested to see what kinds of booths people set up, what kinds of stuff they put into their booths, and how they design interactions in them, and what that's going to look like. And I guess you can buy the comics right there, which is pretty cool.
So cool. Ooh. So it's like stepping into an anime. Here we go. People are showing up. Oh!
Oh wow, the sign.
Oh
is
my
animated. Oh,
lord.
that's cool. It glitches. It's really cool. but
Yeah,
intentional.
this giant comic sign is glitchy and
Oh.
cool.
Oh, this is still neat.
So I think it opens
Oh,
up
look
the
at this.
browser.
Oh, nice. This is so
These are real deal
cute.
booths.
This is really
without the
cute.
Comic Con crowd.
Really buy this?
Yeah.
No lines? So neat. You can like
Oh, we
flip
can? I
the
didn't
pages
know
and
that.
stuff?
Wow, I
do
love
that.
that.
Isn't that neat? Flipping the pages?
Yeah,
Oh.
the flipping the pages
How
is
can you?
amazing.
What? You can flip
Oh, wait.
What are we doing with our life? Playing Animal
Why
Crossing.
am I wasting time? I could be making money right now.
Ooh, what is this?
Oh my gosh, are these are
Oh.
the gay penguin dads?
How'd you get?
The gay penguin.
What's going on
What
here?
are gay penguin dads?
Kevin, look at this! I feel like you just keep following Dylan and Scout. I'm like, wait, what are you looking at?
Oh, wait.
Like it.
Look at this.
Pen,
Look at this.
Say-
pen and pen.
That's
Oh,
good.
oh,
Pen and pen pen?
Wait,
Oh,
Pen and pen.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
penguin.
let's look at that one earlier, Egg. Isn't it pretty?
Penguin,
Neko no.
and it-
Yeah.
Right?
That is really interesting. Yeah.
All right, like even from there, Scout, think about it. Like, let's say, like, oh, here's my portfolio, here's my 2D portfolio. And then like, look, why don't you hop into my world? And then it activates and creates maybe what if it creates a portal to that world or something like that? If
We
That
can
would
do
be
that.
so cool.
That's totally possible. That's totally doable.
it's possible.
gosh.
Yep.
Cause can you imagine
We'll make
this is
the VR
the
chat
show
art
where, like,
station.
oh, here's my portfolio. Yeah, this is like my portfolio. And it's like, here, come to look, this is my world I made. Here, I'll create a portal for you to go in and take a look at it. And then
That'd be
you click
so
on
cool.
it.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Right?
I need that.
Absolutely.
Girl, that's a really
What
good
are we
idea.
doing? What are we
Oh my god, so
doing
angry.
right now?
So angry. Trying to throw it, but it won't. The physics don't work for you.
Makes me more angry.
Can't
Makes me more
reach ground. There's a cafe here.
like IRL or different. Oh my god, it's so Asian. It's so cute. It's
Dylan's already
so
here.
Asian,
Of course.
TP last week. I can't. It's like Orange Julius. Is that TP? No, that's not
Info.
It's a mug.
Oh, it's a browser.
TP. Okay.
Am I on?
I'm really taking the quarantine a little too seriously. Is that TP? Right.
So again, quite often, these are all models that usually you can go onto their site by clicking on here and actually buy.
Oh.
Does that mean
Music
British?
Vket is
can
a
you
fan
tell-
music sales event The original music created by
I think
indie artists are
it's
being
done this
exhibited
glitch
here.
before. It's really
127
silly.
total exhibits.
I'm gonna go to a
One
different
artist
world
and
and
4 corporate
invite
exhibits,
Charlie, and
all
then
packed
we're
into
probably
5
gonna have
venues.
to read. That's amazing.
Wait, which one? This one here?
This one. I like this.
Shisa, Swit. Okay.
It's awesome.
Sue Tsugu.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing.
This one, eh?
It has rose petals. Yeah, right here.
I'm coming.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Move out of the way, John.
Yeah, you're like right in the way.
It's not like I need to see it or
Oh
anything.
my Sakura! I know.
Yeah.
Sakura!
Down in front.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Sakura leaves.
Yeah, this is so
It's
anime.
magic.
Oh, and I never know how to pronounce this name. This game, what is it called? Is it
Go to
Nier
down floor.
Automata or Near Automata?
Oh,
I don't
a
know
game?
how it's said.
Yeah, it's a really
so.
famous game.
But it's like, look at this. Look at. Oh, sorry. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Do you see this? Look at these boots.
what are you doing?
Look at these boots.
Hey,
Look at
whoa.
this. Look at his hair. Yeah. I want it back like that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. It's so cool. What are we doing with our lives?
We do
Yeah.
with our lives is the name of this episode.
Mostly Estella.
You know what this reminds me of? It like when you used to go to a like music store and you could actually just like look at the covers, and there was even like
Mm.
it's just
whole
like you don't do
era.
that anymore.
Mm.
It's really
No,
neat
and
to
then-
just be able to look at the cover and then listen to it,
Can I
like those
open
old
and
school
read the
like
lyrics?
booths.
Was really neat. It's just like like with the
Yeah.
Avatar virtual market where you see something you like, you click it, you can order it, you can buy it, love it, or download it for free. To be honest, I like this music area better than the comic area. Being able to go play with it, and listen to it, and
Well-
experience it a lot more.
Yeah, it's interesting because as we were discussing, like some of the audio setups here are kind of like the old kind of like Tower Records booths where you put on the music to listen to it, and it's interesting. Like it likens that, but it's still very evolved and different in its own way here in VR chat. Whereas I think the comic convention area was definitely like taking from the convention style by having their own little like kind of like 6x2 like booth or whatever it is,
The banners.
and it might not be necessary to do it that tight. I think part of it was like a lot of it was very overwhelming to see all at once. Like it would have been helpful if there's more physical space between each booth, or like instead of having a small book, what if it's actually larger?
Yeah.
Because why not? Why not? We're
Right.
VR, so you have all the space to make that happen, right? So some
Yeah,
thoughts.
I was
Interesting.
I was a little bit I mean I felt like they could have done a little bit more with the comic space in the sense that the booths could have been a bit bigger, maybe a little bit more spread out. I think there's room to grow. It's the first time that they've done it, and so it's certainly a good place to start, and maybe there's more that they can do with that as they go. I think when we've gone to the virtual markets before, when it was the avatars and things like that, it was interesting to see the way that you could do things like there's avatars, there's props, there's things like that, and that might be some ways that they could think outside the box a little bit more. And they
Setting
did
the
that with the
stage.
cafe. Yeah, they did that with the cafe, right? And that's
That
where
was
we really
cool.
started to play a little bit more. And maybe that's something to think about for some of the booths, even is like, what can that look like? But yeah, I really love J-pop, and so I was
Oh,
really
yeah.
excited in Japan to go to get CDs when I was there of some of my favorite Japanese artists. So coming to this and hearing some of the indie artists of some of the J-pop and other styles of Japanese music was like going back to kind of a happy place for me. And so this was really cool.
Oh, nice.
I especially enjoyed that part of that of tonight. So yeah, that was really neat.
That's so cool.
And that is effective VR right there, because it just gives you not only the nostalgia, but a felt sense of place. And
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, and
The
it's something
embodiment
like
of
I
that time.
can't just like go to Japan whenever I want, right? So that's
Right.
yeah.
And yet it really feels very Japanese here. It's interesting. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
One of the things we were talking about when we were in the comic world was like just how cool, like obviously when we discovered we could flip the pages, it's like,
Right.
sorry, John, for swearing so much in my like angry inspiration. mode.
it
I was like,
happens.
what are we doing with our lives right now? It was just so cool because it's like it was the first time I saw something like that where you can actually show like a portfolio or something like that in a VR situation like this. In a social VR situation. It's not like, hey, could you download my app and then you can see my VR portfolio after you download my exe file or something like that. Like there's an actual implementation of that. You know what I mean? And it just makes it that much easier for artists to be able to show their portfolio in a different way. And like something I brought up was like in XR talk today they were talking about digital content and how, at least for VR experiences, they usually are either free experiences or maybe only a few dollars, right? Because a lot of people aren't used to spending that much money on VR experiences because it's still like, is it really worth $20 to download? That seems like quite a bit. Is there enough gameplay to last me more than just one time? Just don't know that yet, right? And so something like this is very interesting because for digital content, usually like for an art piece or print like a PDF or something, I'm not going to spend more than like $5 on maybe. Whereas like over here, I saw some pieces that were like $20, it's like a bit more. And it's because it's tied into this experience of like you enter this world, you look at so many other artists, and you're like, wait, I like that one artist that I saw in row 3. That was really cool. I'm gonna go buy that one. It's just like a different experience and memory that you have tied to the art than just going online and buying it, And I think that is the value to it right there.
To be honest, I still think the virtual market, like the first one we went to, that unfortunately we didn't stream yet, where you can go see the avatars, but they didn't always just have avatars. They did have artwork and they didn't have music.
There was like dioramas.
Yeah.
It was like a full-on stage set, and I was so impressed by the scale of it, because you would see giant Gundams, right, in the city, for instance, or an Ultraman just like towering over you. There's just that sense of story that's already embedded so much in the culture itself, as well as just like how they showcase. I don't know. I find it very inspirational. And to your point, Sky, I really like the fact that exactly that, like having cutouts would be such a nice touch.
And then if they could make them
like,
avatars,
motion graphics to it, right?
have the cutout as an avatar.
Right.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
I love you. Dolls.
I love you.
Yeah. I invited Charlie into the headset, so Charlie.
I took over.
Oh,
hello.
yeah, Charlie, what did you like about?
Hello.
How was your first time in VR chat?
Yeah, tell us.
Oh yeah. I thought the like meeting in VR chat, especially like I think with what we're experiencing in the world right now, like this was really, really cool for me. It was so nice to like meet new people and have that, like, even though we have like silly avatars, it's almost like I have a different feeling of your personality, probably in y'all of mine, like without ever having met in person. So I think that aspect was like really fun. I actually really enjoyed that. I think like a lot of people, like from an ethics perspective, like, I think like a lot of people that are actually ignorant of this medium are like, oh, people can misrepresent themselves. And it's like, right, that's the point, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Like, why you gotta be all hateful? Like, not all of us want to starve ourselves, okay?
Exactly.
But so I didn't get to see the music part, but like one thing is that like one of my friends is a I forget there's like a term for this in the DJ world where they like compliment DJs by like designing all of the visuals, like all the light show that goes with a DJ's like set. And when y'all were coming into the something I was thinking about when y'all came into the music world, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they would do that. That added value to me in terms of like being able to experience something or experience a concert is that like even like a group of people might get together for like a private concert and pay a higher dollar to have that experience that you have is both like visual and music. Right. And it's got that like sort of like full body, like more of the senses type of feeling. Like maybe something's even like some sort of algorithm is into the haptics the same way that D-Box chairs did for movies. Like I think stuff like that would be super rad because like then as Estella knows, I'm super into accessibility as far as like appealing to more of the senses so that like deaf or blind people can experience it as well. But yeah, I thought this was so rad. I thought this was super fun. I loved meeting y'all. I'm so excited. I feel like way less nervous about like actually getting to meet up with y'all again or like to have like an actual like I know you like type of feeling. So that was like super cool. Like I just really appreciate being included. This was so much fun. So
that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming. Yeah. Super happy to have you. Come back anytime.
Yeah.
So,
We'll
so right now in
goodbye to you.
Estella's body, we have Charlie.
Yeah. Bye, Charlie. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'll see you later. Thank you.
See you later. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
So we're just saying our byes right now, by the way.
Okay,
To the stream. Bye to the stream.
By the
bye.
So,
Goodbye,
Stella, Kevin, Scout,
Bye.
Dylan,
Bye.
and me, John. Bye, everybody.
Next week.
Have fun.
Bye.
See you next week for
Night.
Horror World.